about what makes FalconX so special, what sets you apart from other exchanges, and who do you see as the competition?
First off, great to be back, Emily. Thanks so much for having me. In terms of what FalconX is, we are an institutional one-stop shop. I'll parse both those things out. We serve a very diverse set of institutions, all the way from the world's largest hedge funds, payment processors, retail aggregators, venture funds, family offices, asset managers. For this diverse set of institutions, we give them everything that they need to navigate anything that they need for digital assets. Specifically, we help them with their trading needs, aka how do I get really good pricing? We help them with their credit needs, the ability to wrap delayed settlements and things like that around their trading needs. So, and we offer this in a variety of different form factors. We give our customers in the form of web applications, APIs, and also the white glove desk, which is 24/7. The biggest differentiation to your question, Emily, is the pricing. We are not just connected to one exchanges, we are connected to over 100 liquidity venues, 40 of which we work very actively. And our goal is to filter out really good pricing using that layer of machine learning that we built to make sure that you get really good pricing across trading and credit.
You lock pricing for 5 seconds to minimize volatility for your clients that are trading, which seems to be a fairly long amount of time. Why do you do that?
Now, that's a fascinating point. For some of our clients like payment processors, Emily, it is very important that the price be stable for a period of 3 seconds, 5 seconds, or 7 seconds based on their platform needs. Why? Their retail customers are not used to the volatility on crypto. They want to see a stable price so that an Emily can make a stable decision around the price. So for that reason, they ask us for the impossible. In a market that's moving very volatilely, how do you, can you give me a price that is locked for about 5 seconds? So what we do is, the first leg of it, we aggregate liquidity from a variety of different liquidity pools, exchanges, OTC desks, market makers, miners, and then we apply a layer of machine learning on top of it to figure out how do we pad the price so that we get that stability over a period of 5 seconds without taking any directional risk as a technology platform. And that customization is extremely important for our payment processors and ultimately their end customers to get into crypto much more seamlessly.
Now, the crypto industry, it seems like almost everyone we talk to not happy about this new infrastructure bill and the language in it that will lead to potentially broader restrictions and regulation on crypto. Take a listen to part of my conversation with Coinbase President Emily Chang, her thoughts on this new legislation.
This was a setback, there's no doubt about it, for this past week, but we're playing the long game here, and we think that the more education Coinbase and other members of the crypto industry do with lawmakers to help them understand the potential for crypto, the more we can shape the right regulation that kind of helps make sure we're protecting customers and at the same time not inadvertently hindering crypto innovation from happening in the US and moving it offshore.
The CEO of Kraken earlier also told us the legislation was a disaster. Raghu, what do you think?
First and foremost, Emily, the amount of limelight that it's bringing to crypto is just incredible. It's making the asset class mainstream. So that is number one. Number two, for players like FalconX, we have the tools, we have the know-how, we have the technology to make sure that we're compliant with every major variation that's in the amendment. But it's bigger than FalconX. For me, what is really important is the software developers and miners. An analogy can be drawn to the early days of internet. If you put the full weight of the tax law on a average Joe who's building a website in the early days of internet, the innovation could have been stifled a lot. And that is a very similar thing that's being proposed here, meaning we'll bring the entire tax code to a software developer or a miner who may not be even able to have the resources to basically comply with anything like that from a technology standpoint. So definitely, I think it should be much more specific and much more nuanced. There's no question about it. But as Emily from Coinbase pointed out, it's about education. What we're seeing is like lawmakers willing to understand the nuances and make sure that the legislation lands well, because US is really leading the way here.